In just over a month, nearly 260,000 vaccinations, which combines first and second doses, have been administered statewide. But that's a long way from where we need to be.
Well, you do the math. If we're going to get, this adult population of the state of Connecticut vaccinated in 5 months, if you back into that calculation, the state of Connecticut needs to do 280,000, starting next week, 280,000 vaccines per week.
Yale New Haven Health says they would need 10 times the average weekly doses they currently receive to help the state achieve herd immunity by summer.
Just before I joined you, I was listening to President Biden talk about using the Defense Production Act and all the resources available at the federal level to ramp up production.
As Yale New Haven Health continues to open new high-volume vaccination centers in the coming days across the state, including Yale's Landman Center, plain and simple, they need more vaccine.
Of course, the demand for vaccine worldwide is very, very high. So time will tell whether the raw materials and the capacity is there.
Today, Yale New Haven Health opened vaccination centers in several towns, including North Haven.
At this specific location, we're doing about 250 vaccinations Monday through Friday, and then Saturday we're having about double that, so around 500.
Of course, week-to-week scheduling with vaccine uncertainty can be dicey.
We get in a week's advance, the notice of what we're getting in the following. But the more notice we had, we'd obviously be able to open up more slots for the public.
President Biden has pledged 100 million COVID vaccinations in his first 100 days in office.
I don't know how they're going to get there.
In New Haven, Tony Terzi, Fox 61 News.
All right, Tony, thank you. Well, Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford could become a pandemic